Getting started with using GitHub Copilot in Visual Studio 2026. Copilot is an AI assistant that is integrated directly into Visual Studio. In this very quick video, I'll just be showing how very simple it is to get started on the free subscription. All that is needed is a GitHub account and a Copilot subscription. With just the GitHub account, by default, you'll also get a free Copilot subscription, which is limited to a maximum of 50 requests per month. Once you have created a GitHub account, open Visual Studio and log in using this GitHub account, which has the Copilot subscription linked. And Visual Studio needs to be authorized to use Copilot. So just take a minute to understand what you're granted access. And obviously, if you are using a company, if you're working on company source code, you might want to make sure and be clear that it's okay for you to do this sort of thing, to grant GitHub access to your code. If you're happy, you can just accept. And that's it. Super simple, straightforward, that's done. For now, just a free account. But in practical terms, to get real work done, you are going to need at least the Pro account. And at this moment, there is a 30-day free trial. Now, going back to Visual Studio, we're just going to use Copilot for the very first time and give it a very simple task of explaining what this solution is trying to achieve. For this prompt, I find that the code explanation is too robotic and is going into too much low-level detail. So I think maybe I should have just refined the prompt and maybe given it a little bit more context. So just redefining the prompt, I'm asking it to just give a high-level explanation. And for example, if the solution was created by somebody else, simply explain what this code is trying to achieve. And the explanation is actually quite decent. What I love is that Copilot followed exactly the prompt, and it didn't go off on a tangent and start doing other things such as giving a code review or trying to give suggestions. It just simply stuck to the original request. Now, I'm trying to read this text, and I'm using the Visual Studio panel or this little small window. And I might want to copy this content into a dedicated document such as Word. What would be helpful is to have a copy button on the response, similar to what most web-based chatbots have. So now I'm asking Copilot how I could use this simple feature. I just want to copy and paste. And I'm actually surprised that it took too long to just respond. And I'm suspecting that it's using up a lot of tokens just for this additional request. I want to check how much I have left on my free subscription. And me being a first-time Copilot user, I couldn't find any indication of the reports or how much I have left on my free account. So overall, getting started with Copilot in Visual Studio, simple, straightforward. But for the very simple task of getting Copilot to explain a solution, I really wish there was a way in the chat mode or in the interactive mode, if the text and explanations, maybe the formatting of the text or the graphics could be maybe improved and made a little bit better.